Hello everyone. From now on, we would like to introduce the urban revitalization activities in Japan. First of all, we really would like to thank you so much for giving us such a great opportunity. It is a great honor for us. I am Nobuhiro Ishimaru from Japan. I am a member of Interoperability Committee in the USVPO, Urban Structure Visualization Promotion Organization, and contributing these urban revitalization activities. Today, I'm not a presenter, so as a navigator, I'd like to give a brief introduction of our activities before presentation. In Japan, OGC KML has been used for urban structure visualization more than 10 years, and after that, utilizing OGC CityGML for urban revitalization, in short IUR, has started about 3 years ago. I myself am attending the OGC, Open Geospatial Consortium, more than 15 years, and after 2009, I'm contributing CityGML Standards Working Group as a charter member. By the way, my first OGC meeting was in 2004, and coincidentally, I happened to attend the first proposal of CityGML from German members. Looking back, it was a memorable and a designated meeting. I personally would like to contribute and accelerate the IUR activities by utilizing my OGC experiences. I would like to mention that when we Japan started using CityGML, we were greatly influenced by the advanced experiences such as Europe and Singapore. Especially, Helsinki 3D Plus is gathering a lot of attention in Japan as one of the most advanced and sophisticated cases. Fortunately, we had a chance to visit Helsinki City Hall and discuss with Helsinki 3D Plus team last year. We thank Yamo and Eni so much to have a wonderful discussion. Usually, we have discussed with technical experts in OGC meetings. However, having discussion with Helsinki 3D Plus team, the most advanced user of CityGML, was eye-opening experience for us, so that we were able to promote CityGML in Japan with confidence after that. The photo of upper left was taken just after the first discussion in 2019. And we were very happy since we found Japanese characters on the wall. We thought it is a fortunate sign to have a close relationship after that. Other photos were taken during the iUrban Exchange Conference in Tokyo, Japan in February this year, just before the coronavirus crisis. I just felt it was a long time ago, but anyway, Yamo and Eni from Helsinki 3D Plus team gave us a wonderful keynote speech to the audience, more than 200 municipality officers. Additionally, the YAM Award was presented to the participant of Ideathon. It was a great experience for Japanese municipality officers to learn the Helsinki 3D Plus, and it acts as a stimulus to start CityGML development more than 50 municipalities this year. Okay, it's time for presentation now. It will take around 1 hour. So see you again after presentation.
It's critically important that we always have that same fundamental concept of how we describe the shape of things and how they're placed on the earth, because that is the fundamental aspect of interoperability.
Open data, open innovation platforms gets best of the city, so anybody can have a good idea.
So it's really easy to see how much every building or most of the building are.
And these objects are subdivided according to semantic considerations. How to decompose a city into pieces and objects. That's basically the key element.
客線候補地のラインを KML データに変換しましてエリアを確定させると。
大型バスがすれ違えないねとか VR を使ってまずは現状の課題を把握しています。
デジタル地図上って形で学校の先生や子どもたちが使えるような仕組み、そういったものを作ってですね。
ここが都市計画道路が 1.1%、 課題が多いんですけど整備効果が高いので早期に事業化する必要があるっていうのが見えてきました。
どこの場所にどんな緑が必要か、本当に3D の方が伝わるなと。
住民の方が今までにない反応をしていただいた。
That everybody can also browse and see the data, and they should also be able to send comments.
仙台都心地域の経済活動の状況を東京の都心と比較すること。
Combining the quality of the spaces and the economics, they have a certain relationship. That's the value of the combination, I think.
企業系の人たちも自分たちの持っているデータと都市の外区のデータを少しマッチングしたりとか、
情報のハブにしたいっていうのを
周辺に対しても気遣ってくれてすごいですね。Arigato, very good presentation.
同じ CG のデータから模型と VR を作って、こういった形のものを体験しながら見ていくと、実在する皆さんの街というものの再現を実体とあったものができてくる。
Hi everyone, I'm Kentaro Akahoshi from Japan. Thank you for watching the movie of Japanese activities as a prologue. In Japan, visualization of cities has been carried out for more than 10 years. Today, I'd like to share with you work in this urban revitalization, or IUR. Specifically, I will talk about Japan's challenges concerning urban planning and efforts to solve these issues, and introduce city-GML use cases in urban planning. We look to improve Japan's solution to modern challenges, so your feedback and advice would be greatly appreciated. As a short introduction, our organization is called the Urban Structure Visualization Promotion Organization. It is formed of city planning and visualization experts from many sectors. For example, we had individuals from the private sector providing the team with visualization and analysis technology, as well as experts from the academic field advising on technical matters. I'm from the public sector. I'm working with urban planning and visualization and working to bridge the gap between policy and practice. Today, we are going to talk about three things. Overview of IUR by Kentaro Akahoshi. Technical Guide of IUR by Chikako Kurokawa. Use Case of IUR by Uchida, Konomi, Sakai, Oishi, Nagahama. First, I will explain our outline of IUR from the background. Urban planning has helped create healthy urban environments, prevented disorganized urban sprawl, and also encouraged infrastructure to develop. However, in Japan, where population is decreasing and society is aging, urban areas are facing a big turning point. As a solution to these issues, IUR is carried out. This is the structure of IUR. The IUR is composed of 3D visualization tool, data encoding specification, and capacity building to promote data distribution regarding urban revitalization. This infrastructure enables municipalities to utilize their data which has been thrown into the cabinet. Every municipality conducts various statistical surveys and there is a wealth of data available to the public, but they remain merely strings of numbers. So the actual trend and behaviors cannot be understood intuitively. In today's society, there is much value in analyzing over large scales of both time and space. Additionally, we would like to more and more people, not just data experts, to understand and take an active role in urban planning. By visualizing this data over maps, we not only make it easier for the characteristic of a region to be understood by many people, but it allows these people to share a common vision spanning many years and various regions. So, now let us show you some examples of an openly available visualization tool we are developing in Japan. So I will show you some examples. First is time series visualization. A good point on statistical data is that the data is collected regularly, like every 5 or 10 years. Now, this movie shows the population change over time in the last 50 years. The color and height show the population. Also, a red and high grid means a large population. Finding these changes over time are very useful for future city planning. Next is cross visualization. 3D visualization allows us to see a couple of different statistics data at the same time. In this movie, the height of each grid shows population, and colors show accessible public transportation. In this city, large population grids are the same as the grids of high accessibility of public transportation. So we can say that the urban plan of this city worked well. There are many choices to combine a couple of data on the 3D map. Here is a final example of statistical data visualization. Like that, we can go through on a global level, national level, regional level, city level, of course, building level. It's very useful in urban planning to view everything together seamlessly. This was the origin of the proposal for the CityGML LOD extension. Training for the government staff is a part of this IR concept that we are promoting. We are hoping to push forward a positive cycle. This can be described as a positive feedback loop that allows for a continuous growth in data resources. Let's start with the yellow cycle on the upper right. There is much motivation to visualize and evaluate urban features in detail. So then, data collection methods adapted these issues will be developed by every sector. These new data collection and visualization methods will allow us to more closely find out issues concerning urban structure. But it shouldn't end there. From the new insights we've acquired, we can find more opportunities to organize and visualize. While repeating these steps for better urban planning, a vision for how the region's urban structure should be in the future will take shape. And to set specific goals and plans to realize the vision, the detailed visualizations once again support greatly in finding efficient ways to best benefit the region. Finally, through the positive cycle and the intrinsic actions that arise naturally, each municipality can choose their best future urban structures. Okay, so now I have finished talking about overview of IUR. Let me move on technical guide of IUR by Chikako Kurokawa. Chikako describes IUR as ADE of CityGML. This work of her made it possible for anyone to use IUR. There is a little technical story, so I hope you can get a rough overview. Chikako, then start your presentation with a self-introduction.
Hello everyone, I'm Chikako Kurokawa from Azure Air Survey. I'm a data modeler, and today I will introduce data standardization of IUR. Before getting down to the main topic, let me introduce my company and myself. Azure Air Survey is a geospatial consulting company that offers a wholly integrated geospatial service, from geospatial data acquisition to its visualization and utilization. We have various kinds of sensors, and we can survey everywhere from outdoors to indoors. I'm a data modeler to give semantics to geospatial data, and I'm also an expert of standards for geospatial information. Let's move to the topic of data standardization of IUR. In the early stage of IUR development, we chose KML as a data format. KML is an XML-based format focused on geographic visualization, including annotation of maps and images, and it is an OGC standard. KML is easy to use on Google Earth for free, and this opened the door to urban structure visualization for the municipality staff who had not been familiar with geospatial data and GIS. Once they interested in the spatial data visualization, they began to practice on it more. Now they are interested in the data with semantics for further analysis and visualization. And then we introduced CityGML. CityGML is also an OGC standard, and it defines classes and properties for city objects. In addition, CityGML differentiates levels of detail, LOD, where objects become more detailed with increasing LOD regarding both their geometric and semantic differentiation. And moreover, we developed IUR as a CityGML ADE for urban planning to define specific objects and properties for urban planning. IUR 1.2 was submitted to OGC as a discussion paper. The latest version of IUR is 1.4, which extends a new module called Public Transit Network. The basic survey of city planning is conducted by municipalities in Japan every 5 years since 1970s. The survey results include 2D maps and statistical tables. However, most of them are printed on my paper. Some of them are digitized, but their data formats are different. These issues have prevented the use of accumulated data. Therefore, there has been a growing demand for reusable data that can be easily analyzed and visualized. So, we set out to standardize the data format. In conceptual modeling, all items in the survey are divided into two components, which are items already defined in CityGML and items not defined in CityGML. Items not defined in CityGML are categorized into 4 subcomponents: detailed information of a city, constraints and conditions for urban planning, statistical grid data, and global model. Grid statistics is often applied on a national or worldwide level. However, the LOD defined in CityGML do not cover such a rough description. So, we extend LODs for describing a global model. This figure shows the structure of LODs with a global model of LOD-1 and -2. In urban planning, characteristics of features such as buildings are aggregated into statistical units for global representation and analysis. And an administrative boundary is often used as a statistical unit. However, it is insufficient when the sizes are different and when they change their boundary. To facilitate time series comparison and comparison between cities, grid statistics, which divides the whole area into a small grid, is applied on regional, national, or worldwide level. Therefore, new concept for global model is introduced to define IUR. The global model enables using 3D models in policy-making phases and allows us to store and share all information necessary in the policy cycle in 3D city models. We developed a conceptual schema using UML. All objects defined in this model extend existing HTML objects without inconsistency according to the ADA development procedure explained in the HTML specification. This is the framework of IUR 1.4. As well as HTML, modularization is applied to IUR data model. Each module covers a specific semantic field of virtual 3D city models for urban planning. As an encoding format, GML schema is exported from the conceptual schema. If you are interested in IUR data model, please visit the website. All technical materials are available from the website. The good point of applying ADE mechanism of HTML is that it allows us to extend the data model easily without inconsistency. As an example, IUR 1.4 defines a new module for public transit network information. Transportation has a great influence on the scope and content of urban planning. And the public transit network that connects cities is indispensable information for reviewing the role of cities in urban planning and regional planning. ADE mechanism enables us to review the data model at the right time. The IUR can standardize various city information regarding urban planning. Standardized datasets enable users to do quantitative analysis such as time series comparison and regional comparison, and to visualize it in a way that is easy to understand. The current IUR is developed based on the HTML 2.0. However, HTML 3.0 will soon be published. In HTML 3.0, the new modules Dynamizer, Versioning, Point Cloud, and Construction were introduced. The Dynamizer module can link specific city object properties with specific time series data from sensor services. So, city models can be linked to the Internet of Things. The versioning module allows users to identify and organize multiple states of a city model. The Point Cloud module links city objects with point clouds, and users can get more detailed data of the future according to their scope. The Constructor module allows users to describe not only urban areas, but also entire cities. Here shows the development of the IUR so far and its future. IUR is a combination of HTML and urban planning ADE. In the future work, we'll extend ADE to reflect additional needs. And to make it more descriptive, we should consider harmonization with the SDGM 3.0. The IUL includes various information which is necessary for urban planning. And as an ADE of HTML, it ensures flexible and solid extension of the data model. We believe that IUL is not only contribute to urban planning in Japan, but also in cities around the world.
Thank you, Chikako. As she said, IUR is made and published using a mechanism called ADE, which is part of the CityGML standard. Please check it out. The commentary is published as an ISPRS paper. Okay, so now let me move on use case of IUR. Today we have 4 use cases for you. Use cases have a special meaning to IUR. This picture also appeared in Chikako's presentation. IUR is an initiative to improve data interoperability by receiving feedback from various activities. The data built for city planning is used for education and games. Then the data added to make effective use of them will be feedback in CityGML format. As a result, detailed data from various fields will be integrated. Creating this feedback loop is considered to be the most important initiative of IUR. The use case section features public sector staff, private sector staff, and individual gamer. Please pay attention to activities in various fields, and don't forget that those activities are tied together in one data format called CityGML. Let's make a presentation from Mr. Oishi, who is developing the most advanced VR. Start by introducing yourself.
Hi. Hastakabatakai kilsomessa Euroopassa ja muualla maailmassa. Hello everyone. For the people of Finland and Europe or other nations. Next session, I'll show you a CityGML or IUR use case. This is Tomohisa Oishi from Panasonic Corporation. I'm the manager of VR technology team and one of the associate members of the Open Geospatial Consortium. AR Consensus Formation System for Urban Digitalization for Urban Renaissance in Japan. Firstly, let me introduce myself and our company. Our brand slogan and philosophy is a better life, a better world. Realization of a better life for sustaining happiness and a better world for a sustainable society. We have the 4 business domains and half of sales are in overseas markets: consumer electronics, housing, automotive, and B2B. Research and development in VR, AR, and other digitalization technology. 1990, we published a kitchen visualization VR system, Viva, in Japan at our showroom for the first time, and participated in several projects with the Japanese government, and developed and expanded project support tools with VR implementation in city development. We provided more than 1,500 projects since 2002. So, we are now working for urban revitalization for urban renaissance in Japan with the USVPO. It means Urban Structure, Visualization, Promotion, Organization. This is a kitchen visualization VR system in Japan at our showroom for the first time by Panasonic. Next, about urban revitalization for urban renaissance. Regarding this concept, Dr. Kahoshi presented to you before, but I'll just give you an overview here again. Urban revitalization efforts by the Japanese government. They strived for better information infrastructure for urban planning. The work towards the digitalization of urban planning in Japan started 10 years ago. Datasets of Japan are currently being considered for conversion by the Japanese national government. Various datasets of different formats collected from 1,700 cities will be converted by their respective municipalities. And there are some of our ideas for new ADEs. This is a KML digitalization of statistics and VR by USVPO. This is a CityGML terrain and buildings by USVPO. Next, today's main theme about AR consensus formation system prototype. Development of communication tools for citizens to better understand urban planning throughout Japan. In Japan, urban development is overly time-consuming. It's difficult to form a consensus between stakeholders. So many people with many ideas. So, we need to improve the experience of citizens by increasing project transparency and increasing consideration of commonly held value. To increase citizen participation in urban planning, it's important to develop visualization tools that integrate available data with advanced technologies that account for IUR and its underlying CityGML feature semantics. Utilizing VR, AR technology, we can improve general understanding between all parties involved and work for a faster, more efficient consensus. There are some use cases of VR for urban development in Japan by Panasonic. Challenge to develop AR prototypes for promoting the effect of consensus formation. Then, we developed the AR consensus formation system so that we investigate the IR application. We can use the information infrastructure via urban revitalization in Japan. And acting as platform for city visualization, AR prototypes can contribute to problem-solving efficiency among stakeholders throughout the planning process. They can also aid in the consensus formation process. The prototypes has mainly two technical features. One is producing the massive quantity of geospatial datasets of a city from CityGML and urban planning ADE. The other is the landscape simulation functions synchronized on AR glasses sharing the same geospatial data among a large group of people. This is a photo of prototype. So, I'll show you a demonstration movie for 3 minutes. We use AR glasses to show varying datasets in AR-CD model. Firstly, the conductor will demonstrate, so you should be viewers and watch AR-CD model. Users can pinch model objects like buildings with fingers. Moreover, it's possible to change their height or position by fingers. And you can switch and check some layers of urban planning in the city. Each dataset can be made from CityGML datasets. And by switching the scenes of LCD model, you can go further into the center of the city. This model would help us to study massive quantity of data sets which is necessary for urban planning in Japan. So next, let's perform some operation as viewers in this LCD model. LCD model allows multiple people to share same spatial data with AR glasses. So they can also switch some alternatives or pinch model objects each other. Yeah, they are enjoying each other. Everyone joining can make a similar experience. Yeah. Multiple people in your team can share this AR city model. Thank you very much. Last conclusion, we tested this prototype using the CityGML data accumulated by several Japanese cities. The person in charge of urban planning in Japanese municipality utilized this system, and then we confirmed that the implementation of AR technology could considerably affect problem solving in the field of urban development. As future prospects regarding technology, we expect some progress in future technological innovations such as universally available AR smart glasses that enhance the experience by improving operability. In addition, if we can use various tools accessible to the CityGML data, including highly scalable applications such as those with AR technology, there is room for further expansion of consensus building among stakeholders. It's a major issue of urban development. Okay, so my presentation is finished. I'm looking forward to see you again. Oddta innolla seurapa tapaamistamme. Kiitos.
Thank you, Mr. Oishi. His VR and AR systems are based on a wealth of experience. So far, it has helped to reach consensus on many urban policies, and now it's compatible with CityGML. Next is from the government agency. Mr. Uchida is a city planning manager. He uses various data to plan the city, and he is also working on education using the data created for city planning. Then, Mr. Uchida, please start by introducing yourself.
2名にオン、タダハルウチダ、ツエシケンネ・ベッサーニ、ムナカタン、カウプキンタ・ロッサ、カーサバタン、イリーシア、ビリー・ウィアーナ。Munakata city is located in the northern part of Kyushu Island, the same size as the Netherlands. It's about 30 minutes from Fukuoka city, an international city with a population of 1.6 million. Many tourists, including foreigners, visit a World Heritage, the Sacred Island of Okinoshima, and associated sites in the Munakata region. I'm in charge of city planning and working on renovating some old apartment building built over 50 years ago. As part of that, I'm currently crazy about viewing new beer made from body in Munakata with local people, and my colleague named Konomi. Now I'll explain three main cases. Let me show you the actual data.
First, we built a model showing the results of the investigation of buildings. By using the CityZML format, it has become intuitively understandable. This is a color-coded building map according to the usage, the number of floors, the structure, and construction years. Commercial buildings are red, residential ones are yellow, and the industrial ones are blue. Low-rise buildings are colored green, and high-rise ones are colored red. Wooden buildings are green, non-wooden ones are yellow, and the ones reinforced concrete are gray. New buildings are green and gradually change from yellow to orange as the ones get older. The buildings and non-construction years are black. The number of buildings is graphed and the average of building year is displayed in different colors. Click on the building to determine the attribute. Each data is displayed on the map as a layer, so you can choose the map such as aerial photograph, standard map, light colored map, and white map according to your purpose. In the future, we plan to expand the use of IUR that aims for international standardization in various fields. Next, I'd like to explain two practices in the field of education. This is the digitized version of the paper map actually used in elementary school. Here is the whole area of Munakata City. You can choose what you want to display, such as map symbols, facilities, and names of place. One of the good points is that the viewpoint can be changed. You move to a train station and the junior high school that you graduated from immediately. Then travel to Okinoshima Island 60 kilometers away. You can zoom in, zoom out, and move the map with the icon. The map is equipped with many functions requested by the teachers. You can also display land use, change, and choose a layer on the map. For example, an aerial photograph, a junior high school district, a colored map, and a white map. These are the characteristic landscapes in Munakata City. You press the camera icon to confirm the image. You can also measure the distance between 2 points and area. This teaching material is very useful for presentation because it allows children to capture and show images taken in fieldwork classes. We created virtual reality of Okinoshima Island as a second prototype. It has been protected by strict faith-based contraindications for over 1,500 years. No one can enter the island except for the priesthood of Munakata Shrine. Throughout the 9 years curriculum from elementary school to junior high school, children learn the World Heritage Sites such as Okinoshima to foster pride in their hometown. In addition, elementary school children are exploring environmental issues such as waste washed ashore on the island. The VR of Kinoshima Island was used in classes for 4th grade children who were 10 years old. I'll show you class scenes at that time with the video.
I いろんな方向から見れるところがすごいと思った。あれ触れて、あれ沖ノ島の周りを見れたりしたから楽しかったです。
In Japan, it's expected that schools will become more computerized in the future because of the new coronavirus infection. Anticipate that the materials created this time will be used in many situations. There are a lot of information in the city hall. It will be possible to make effective policy based on data, streamline office work, reduce costs, and give citizens information easy to understand by converting them into data with city GML format and using it. Finally, I'll do my best to raise children who are responsible for a sustainable society through project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Uchida. As you can see, the lessons are based on city data. Then data on the natural environment is created for the lesson, and the data is feedback to the city database. This is a very effective effort to improve the quality of city data. CityGML and IR make this possible. Next, Mr. Sakai, a government employee, will make a presentation. He has worked on tsunami visualization and has won awards at national conventions. And now, as a person in charge of infrastructure management, he is challenging the underground data maintenance. Mr. Sakai, please start by introducing yourself.
Hey, Oren Nobuyuki Sakai from MNIT, Japanese National Government Office. I've been working this Kumano City since this April. Kumano City have a beautiful sea, mountain, and sky. I love Kumano. I am building and maintenance infrastructure here. And also, I have a good relationship with local community. I think 3D data is very useful for these jobs. Let me introduce my job.
I remember for you to introduce this. This is the Shishiiwa, Lion Rock. Can you see the lion? I met 3D information in 2018. I learned the technology through the training of the Cabinet Office and got a visual communicator license there. Next 2019, I joined the 3D GeoInfo working group and published City GML technology to government and academy. We are working to generalize our archivement so far this year. Let me introduce the case of tsunami visualization last year's. I made the City GML data in Oasis City. Oasis City is a local city in the middle of Japan. And here. The city makes a disaster prevention plan and published education site on it. Then 85% of Owase citizens know that. But of these 85%, few are thinking about evacuation routes and how long it would take. I tried to solve those problems by working with Mie University to make the tsunami feel real. First, the MLIT created 3D city GML data of the tsunami. Tsunami data was created every 2 minutes from earthquake occurred, so that you can feel real passage of time. This is 5 minutes after from earthquake. 16, 18, 20, 25, 30. So as you can see, nothing has happened until 15 minutes. The tsunami rushes in just 10 minutes until 25 minutes. Mie University Sakamoto Labo has a good relationship with the Owase community. So we used this 3D tsunami data to hold a workshop. We first asked the citizens to walk to the actual evacuation site, assuming a tsunami. We recorded this situation so that I can see how long it took. Let me show you. This is one family. They have a grandmother in a wheelchair. 3D data and evacuation video like this were displayed side by side on the screen in workshop. They are surprised at the speed of the tsunami. They knew that the tsunami would reach its maximum inundation depth in 25 minutes, but they couldn't imagine it happening in just 10 minutes. After watching the video, participants checked the aerial photograph placed on the table to see where we are usually. After the workshop, everyone felt it necessary to check the route and check the time to come. We think it's necessary to feel what is really needed in the event of the disaster from actual experience. So we keep doing. We act to be all alive from tsunami. I make 3D info expand to other area. Create tsunami 3D data for neighbor Kumano City as for Owase did. We hope to gradually spread it to other cities like Mihama, Kiho. And I make 3D info expand to other themes. Create digital twin and use it other themes. Hazard, urban infra, underground barrier, landscape, tourist spot, traffic accident. For this, we created a digital Kumano project team with 3 persons this year. Kazuya Ushiro, he is a president of UTech Corporation. He can create 3D data from drone photo. Tatsuhiko Sakamoto, he is professor of Mie University. He has good relationship with local community and strays the city GML data on his labo. And me, Japanese government, I cooperate local government. We are just small team. We hope small effort will become a big team. Next, about the visualization of underground buried objects. Most underground burial data is now stored on paper in Japan. This is a road maintenance map. I always use this map. And this is optical fiber box outline map. We check it every time construction with many ways. It takes much time and manpower. This is a trial excavation. And this is a document survey. But the accident still persists. Even administrators do not know the exact location of underground buried object. So we try to create CityGML 3D underground data, making best maintenance and no accident. I'd like to be able to check the site with an AR glass or tablet that can see AR. Give me 1 minute. This is other side of me, private. I call myself Iburia Nobu. Iburi means smoke. So I am smoker Nobu. I smoke food for smile to realize the importance of nature. I try to make all smoked tools and foods with familiar things that take my own. The girl proudly has a fish because she took it herself. Also, many people are making boxes. The material wood of the box is from Kumano City in Japan. Of course, we also make smoked tips ourselves. We make smoked food by using this and take party. I wish this smoked cheese and bugs could be used as 3D GML data. Natural good foods makes us happy. These photos are taken in the restaurant at Tokyo Kanda and Fisherman's House at Oasis City. Everyone looks very happy. I hope this smoke is a chance to find out the genuine that you can't buy in a supermarket. I travel and smoke to impress them, impress you. Thank you for your listening. Kiitos for Mistashi.
Thank you, Mr. Sakai. His smoked food is excellent. Please contact us when you come to Japan. The next use case is the last. This is Mr. Nagahama, a gamer. He's working on incorporating CityGML data into a city activity simulation game. Japanese gamers created a lot of data, so getting feedback from them may be a good way to enrich your city data. Please enjoy Mr. Nagahama's presentation.
Hi, my name is Ryuichiro Nagahama. I worked at Panasonic until this October. I retired at the retirement age 65. At Panasonic, I developed a CG system that displays housing equipment space long ago, and since around 1995 I have been participating in a national project called the Human Media Project. In this project, I was involved in basic research leading to current VR technology with the aim of developing a human-centered information environment. This was an attempt to transform a computer from a calculator to a hands-on medium. This photo was developed based on the research results at that time and is a VR multiplayer simultaneous space experience system called Cyberdome, which is still in Panasonic. Taking this development as an opportunity, we also developed a VR platform that supports consensus building and decision-making in the process of urban development projects. At the same time, we have promoted ideas for the continuous use, distribution, and sharing of spatial data. In the process, I was involved in planning many urban development projects in Japan. And for the last few years, I have been involved in the development of iUrban Revitalization, IUR, My case study on using city GML is to recreate a real city in the game Cities Skylines, developed in your country, Finland. Cities Skylines is an urban development simulation game developed by Finnish game developer Crossroader. Have you ever played Cities Skylines? There was a very famous city development simulation game called SimCity, but now Cities Skylines is highly regarded as going beyond that. Let me explain in detail. Cities Skylines provides some maps to get you started. We choose the map we like from this and start the game. The map has rivers and highways connected to the outside of the map. Many also have railroads. Highways and railroads support logistics and the movement of people to the outside world. The river is also used for tap water intake and drainage. We will first lay a road connected to the highway in a 2-kilometer square town and allocate residential, commercial, and factory lots around the road. Then a house will be built and people will live in the residential area. In order for people to operate in these buildings, they must immediately supply the generated electricity and improve the water and sewage system. The commercial area is lined with shops, and the industrial area is lined with factories. As the game progresses, you will also be able to set office puzzles. These buildings will be built based on the demand at that time. People in the game commute from home to work or school, on foot, by car, by bus, or train. The construction of appropriate roads for these movements and the maintenance and operation of public transportation are very important for the development of the city. Roads and railroads also support the transportation of raw materials and goods for factory production. It is very important to have a school to educate children, a police and fire department to support people's safe lives, and a hospital, park and leisure facilities to help people live in good health. You are the mayor who realizes such policies in the game, and the mayor's good policies lead to the development of the city. The development of the city manifests itself in the form of increased well-being and population growth as a result of all the activities of the people in the game. The game has a modding API that allows you to modify the game with mods. So we wanted to develop a mod and import a real city into this simulation environment. In Japan, the Geospatial Information Authority of Japan provides a lot of information on the map as GML data. Based on this information, the city GML data that is being developed, we will introduce an example of reproducing an existing city on city skylines. This is Munakata City, Fukuoka Prefecture. The drawing of this Munakata city uses the existing height map generation site terrain body, but the rivers were imported from GML data. Import highways and railroads from GML data into this map using the mods we have developed. Register this as a custom map to use in the game. Use this map to recreate the city. Import the road first. Then import the school, police, and fire department. Finally, the city GML data is overlaid on the parcels that exist along the road to import the land use. This recreates a virtual city laid out just like a real city. More improvements are needed to automatically recreate a real city in the game, and we are still working on it. We believe that such technological development will help realize the digital twins of cities around the world. This save data is the building built in the section painted by the land use of the data of Munakata City. Using this save data, students studied to make a town at a junior high school in Monakata City. In the classroom, the students seems to be very interested in the city in the game, which has the same structure as their own, although the building is a little different. The students broke up into groups and wondered what to do as the mayor in the city of the game. And in the game, they set up commercial areas and residential areas in the open areas. They also laid new roads. And the students found that having free roads, parks and libraries, police and fire departments, hospitals and schools could improve the happiness and increase population. They also realized that they needed a lot of money to do so. The real mayor also came to see the class. The mayor was very surprised at the appearance of the game town and the daily lives of the people in it forming urban activities. He also said that he is looking forward to the day when such a tool can be used as a simulator at the city hall in the future. We believe that such technological development will help realize the digital twins of cities around the world. This concludes my technical introduction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nagahama. He performed a city simulation by incorporating the data into game made in Tampere, Finland. This method is possible in all cities where IUR is applied. He has shown the benefits of using international standards and the benefit of international collaboration. We had you see various use cases today. The important thing is that all use cases use the same standards of data, CityGML IUR. We believe that it is important to feedback the data used in various situations. Starting with city planning, it is used in architectural design and national land planning. And various uses such as disaster prevention, education, games, VR, etc. were developed based on CityGML data. CityGML has the necessary requirements for use in city planning, both in terms of LOD concepts and in that AD can be defined. IUR is created as ADE of CityGML. This means that it is a public open specification that can be used in any city in the world. We call this ADE an Urban Planning ADE. Also note that Urban Planning ADE can be applied to any city in the world, not just Japan. There are two reasons for this. One is the perspective of interoperability. Interoperability is essential for coordinating, comparing, and getting many apps in multiple cities. The other is gratitude. We are aware that we are standing on the shoulders of giants, the activities of the CityGML community. We would like to express our gratitude by publishing ADE. Then I would like to summarize today's contents. In Japan, visualization of urban structure using KML began 10 years ago and is now used by more than 300 local governments. And now the Japanese government is advancing the IUR policy. We are trying to integrate city data from many fields and sites and utilize it in various situations and methods. Today I introduced 4 characteristic use cases, but there are 300 more cases in Japan. We are learning a lot from cities such as Helsinki and Singapore and the CityGML community. We are always grateful to stand on the shoulders of giants and would like to contribute. Thank you for a very valuable opportunity today. Did you meet any useful information? We look forward to future communication. ありがとう。さようなら。またね。
Hi again, it's Nobu, your navigator. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoy our presentations. As you see, urban revitalization activities in Japan are promoted very actively. And through these activities, we would like to contribute to OGC and CityGML communities more deeply. Finally, again, thank you very much for giving us such a precious opportunity. The distance between Finland and Japan is a bit far, more than 7,000 kilometers. However, we have only one country between us, so we can say that we are a kind of neighbor country. Actually, the presenter today are planning to visit Helsinki next year, hopefully. We would be very happy if we could collaborate with each other to change the world much better from urban point of view. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again soon. Kiitos paljon.